Tonight, the United Kingdom stands at a terrifying crossroads. Just moments ago, Westminster erupted as opposition MPs triggered the nuclear option. A formal motion of no confidence has been tabled against Prime Minister Keir Starmer. This is not a drill, and it is not mere political theatre. It marks the beginning of what could become the most dramatic and rapid collapse of a British government in modern history. The man who promised stability, who campaigned on a pledge to restore adult leadership and trust to the heart of government, is now fighting for his literal political survival. Behind the black door of number 10, sources describe a prime minister in a state of absolute fury, reportedly lashing out at his own cabinet as panic spreads through the building like wildfire. The question being asked across the country tonight is no longer whether Starmer can survive the week, but how many hours he actually has left. What is unfolding right now has sent shockwaves through the corridors of power and far beyond, into the very streets of a nation that feels it has reached a breaking point. The moment the Speaker of the House announced the motion, the atmosphere in the Commons shifted instantly. MPs gasped, senior ministers froze in their seats, and Starmer's face, usually so composed and legally detached, was seen to drain of colour. This was not supposed to happen. Not with a massive majority, and certainly not this soon. But this political earthquake has been driven by three massive, systemic failures that have been building beneath the surface for 18 months. First, the economy has entered a state of stagflation that is crushing the middle class. While the government speaks of marginal growth, the reality for families is a brutal mix of high interest rates and energy bills that refuse to drop. Britain is currently staring down the barrel of a technical recession, and the public's patience with growth talk has finally run out. Second, the immigration system has reached a point of total crisis. Despite record-breaking Anglo-French deals and tough, new enforcement powers, December has seen a record-breaking surge in small boat crossings. The public feels a profound sense of betrayal, watching a government that looks completely powerless to regain control of its own borders. But it is the third issue, the bomb in the room, that truly lit the fuse. A bombshell investigation has just unearthed leaked documents suggesting that senior cabinet members were aware of serious financial irregularities regarding a major government contract worth hundreds of millions of pounds. Questions are now swirling. Who benefited? Who knew what, and when? And did Starmer himself choose to look the other way to avoid a political scandal? When the Prime Minister attempted to defend his front bench in Parliament yesterday, his performance was a disaster. He was evasive, hesitant, and looked like a man who had run out of excuses. Now, the clock is ticking. Under parliamentary rules, the government has exactly 14 days before the vote must be held. Starmer's fixers are frantically working the phones, calling in every favour and making desperate promises to shore up support. But the rebellion is no longer just coming from the opposition. Within Labour's own ranks, the civil war has turned hot. Backbenchers, looking at record low approval ratings where 72% of the public now views the Prime Minister unfavourably, are terrified of losing their seats in a snap election. For many of them, backing Starmer looks like a suicide mission. Speculation has already turned to the succession games. The corridors of Westminster are buzzing with names like Angela Rayner, Wes Streeting, and David Lammy. Each is being watched for a sign of a break from the leader. If the motion passes, the government collapses instantly. Parliament would be dissolved, and Britain would be plunged into a winter general election at a time of maximum economic instability. The stakes could not be higher. The British public is watching this unravelling in real time, and what they see is a Prime Minister who has lost the room, lost his party, and lost the country. Trust has not just eroded, it has vanished. As the 14-day countdown begins, one thing is certain, Keir Starmer is about to enter the fight of his life. But in the brutal world of British politics, once the blood is in the water, the end usually comes fast. What do you think? Is this the inevitable end of a failed premiership, or can Starmer pull off a miracle and unite his party at the 11th hour? The future of the UK hangs in the balance. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will be following every second of this historic 14-day countdown.